this. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Yes, so welcome back to episode number 4 of the Killie Boys Football Manager 21 series here on YouTube. As you can see, we're doing not too bad in the league so far. We've played 10 games now, we're on 18 points, in 4th position, currently in the dizzying heights of Europe at the moment for Kilmarnock. I'll quickly show you how we've done so far since we last saw you. We last played against Rangers and Dundee United, and since then we've had a 0-0 draw against Aberdeen. That was very boring. There was literally one highlight in that whole game. We then played against Hamilton, where we won 2-0. Goals for Eamon Brophy and then Aaron McGowan. A very common occurrence for our right back to be scoring. But it was actually quite a good goal. The next game was then St Mirren, where we won 1-0. Again, Eamon Brophy scoring the goal. You might see a common occurrence here with it being Eamon Brophy who's scoring all our goals. And then the most recent game we just played was against Motherwell, where nobody played particularly well, and we lost 2-0. So as I say, that puts us in 4th position in the league so far. 10 games played and 18 points. Today though, as I said, we are going to be playing, as I get to this screen, we're going to be playing in the Betfred Cup. We've got a couple of games in the Betfred Cup to play. That's Stranraer and Partick Thistle. 2 games we'd look to win because both teams are in divisions below us. Stranraer are in Scottish League 2, which is the lowest level in the SPFL before you end up in the Highland and Lowland leagues. And Partick Thistle are in League 1, having just been relegated from the Championship. So we should be beating both these teams. I say should be. We'll see what happens. Before we start, I meant to say the transfer window closed yesterday in game. It closed on the 5th of October, obviously because of COVID currently, where the transfer window has been extended. And we've made a couple of movements in the window. We've actually sold Greg Kiltie to Bologna. He wasn't really playing for us. He played 7 games, but 6 of them had been off the bench. He really was a backup player. And they gave us £100,000, possibly stretching to £140,000. So for Kilmarnock, that really is a lot of money, and actually covers all the expense that we've spent so far this year. So that's our one out. And the one in, we've brought in on loan Romaric Yapi here, on loan from Brighton. Currently, you can see his stats there. They're very close to be just breaking into double figures, a lot of his technicals here. I think he's going to be solid for us in that right-hand side. There was a risk that we're going to lose Ross Millen during the transfer window, so that's why I brought this guy in on loan just in case. You see, he can play right back. He can also play further up if he really had to, but more depth there. Possibly going to be a starter, to be honest, when you look at him, his reports in comparison to the rest of the players who can play right back. Mengi is obviously playing. You can't actually see that. Although I'm all the way up here now. So just down below me, you'll be able to see the comparison here for those players. Mengi is the best right back according to the ability here, but obviously he plays centre back for us. We've got Millen, who's currently ranked at 3-star. McGowan, who's ranked at 2-star. And Yapi now comes in there 2.5 with a better potential. And I know he's not our player to be worrying about that better potential for, but yeah, he's a player that might end up being the starting right back, dependent on how he plays. It says that he's playing at Scottish Championship level, but a lot of our players are at Scottish Championship level. That's mainly because you've got Celtic and Rangers, whose players are so much better than ours, and they kind of set the standard for Scottish Premiership level players. But yeah, that's just another addition. Next time you see me, I'm going to be back down in my little corner where I should be. Oh, that's me, happy, back in my little corner down here. But yeah, this is the team that we're going to go with for this first game against Stranraer. I was considering doing a little bit of rotation, but I think it's important to get off to a winning start in this competition. So we've got Rodgers in goal. We're going to give Yapi his debut in the right hand side. I've not decided on his number yet. That'll be a surprise for you. Waters on the left with Mengi and Finlay in the middle. Mackenzie on the right, Sibbald on the left with Dicker and Power in the middle, and Kabamba up front with Brophy. I'm hoping Kabamba might start scoring a little bit more. Because as you can see from our goal scored here, basically it's Brophy or nobody. So I did quite like some of our other players to start scoring some goals. I'm going to give Yappy number 15, just for anyone who cares. And here we go. Game against Stranraer here in the Betfred Cup, looking to win all 4 of them and top that group to qualify and get into the knockout stages of the Betfred Cup. Early chance here for us, or early possession anyway. Dicker plays the ball for Brophy. Skins the keeper and scores. There we go. So, mind I was saying that Brophy was the only person scoring goals for us? Yeah, that's seems to be continuing here, 7 minutes into this game. Yappy with the ball forwards, finds Dicker, and he plays the ball forward. Alright, just route 1 football over the top, and Brophy finishes past the goalkeeper there. That's nearly 6th goal of the season. Another chance for us here, starting on the right again. Yappy gets the ball back from Dicker, plays it forward to Kabamba. Plays that pressing forward, cuts the ball over to Power, back into Dicker. Dicker sits slightly deeper than Power in this midfield. Mackenzie on the right hand side finds Dicker. Power. So we got the left hand side, Sibbald. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that goal in 3D because that's an absolute screamer. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so Mackenzie gets the ball, plays it over to Dicker. Dicker to Power, who threads the ball to Sibbald, and first time strike. Whew. No goalkeeper's going to be saving that. 2-0 Killie. Well, there's only been 2 highlights in the game so far, and both of them being goals for us, so I'm not complaining about that. That's 2-0 at half time for Killie. Yeah, I'd say to the boys, just the media have given you. I clicked that without even reading it. I'll be honest. The media have given you a lot of credit lately, so go out there and put on a worthy display. That's exactly what we want. Let's go and score another couple of goals here, and really cement our place as the best team in this Betfred Cup group. This highlight hasn't just stopped immediately from kick-off, so I'm slightly worried as Stranraer have got the ball. They play it forward, but Dicker wins it. Plays it to Mackenzie, who's run up the right-hand side. Who cross the ball in, goes straight to the defender, and Sibbald wins it. Collects it back. Waters, who's been playing at left-back because Hornstrup's been injured. Dicker finds Mackenzie, back to Dicker in the middle. Out to Sibbald. Craig Sibbald down to Waters. Back to Dicker, finds Mackenzie. Here's he going to hit it. Oh, I tell you, our wingers know how to score goals, don't they? Just as I was complaining that Brophy was scoring all the goals, Sibbald and Mackenzie say, "Oh, boss, we're here. We'll score some goals for you." And they've scored some absolute peaches. Dicker plays out to Mackenzie. He takes a touch and, it's not exactly right in the corner, but it's a great goal. And a highlight straight from kick-off, with Stranraer passing the ball around at the back. They've switched it out to the right-hand side. They've crossed in, and they've scored. Well, that's kind of dampened the mood slightly. I know we're still up 3-1, but yeah, maybe not the best defending I've ever seen in my life. Certainly not the best. Well, we move on. The assistant manager was saying that Kabamba's looking absolutely pooped, and he definitely is. So we'll make some changes. In the Betfred Cup, you're only allowed 7 subs, even though in the league you're allowed 9. So we've got a slightly reduced size bench, but we'll bring on Kabamba. Bring off Kabamba and bring on Sam Greenwood for him. See if Greenwood can do something. We're still looking for exactly what our best partnership is. We know Brophy's the one scoring the goals. But Kabamba, I think there's a lot of work that's not recognised, but we'll see what Greenwood can do here. And at the moment, I'm fairly happy with that. It was only 53 minutes in, so we'll just make that change. Sibbald crosses the ball in from the corner, comes back out to him. Is he going to play it back in? No, he's going to play it out to Dicker. Dicker finds Mengi. Over to Brophy. Oh, disallowed. Offside. Of course it is. This is an interesting angle. I suppose it shows you that he definitely was offside, but it's a certainly strange replay angle. Time is just running away here in the second half, so we're going to make a couple of changes again. Sybil's played well. Burrows coming back from injury can get some game time. I'll bring on Hornstrup as well on that left-hand side after his come back from injury. Give him 15 minutes at the end of this game to show us what they've got. And here we go, Yappy throws the ball in. Is that a penalty? It is a penalty. A challenge on Mackenzie and Eamon Brophy. The Wolf's going to take it here. He steps up. Does he finish it? Indeed he does. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Eamon Brophy, fantastic. His 7th goal of the season. No doubt. A good penalty. Not the best penalty, but a good penalty into that side of the net. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And that's 4-1 Killie. It's been complete domination for Killie here. 15 shots to 2, 63% possession. Bear in mind, we're playing still counter-attacking football, and we've got 63% of the possession. Full time, 4-1, just as expected. We'll see you in the next game. So we have a little issue today because we're currently playing this game even though the international window's on, which I'm not quite too sure about, and Stuart Finlay is away on international duty for Scotland, which is good for him, but not so good for us. So we'll play Rossi in the midfield, in the middle of the defence. We'll bring Dickamona onto the bench to replace Finlay, and Mackenzie picked up an injury during training, so we might have to take him off. Burkey is recovered from injury, but he's not fully fit. But we'll bring him on anyway to start on the right hand side, and we should have someone on the bench, surely, who'll be able to play should he get a bit tired. We'll bring Spalto on for Aaron Tishbola. He's not really played a lot, so Spalto can come on, and probably will come on for Burkey and start the second half. But yeah, so that's the team for today. We've got Rogers, Yappy, Mengi, Rossi, and Waters. Burke, Dicker, Power, Sibbald, and I'm going to make a late change. Greenwood can start Sadika Bamba. Let's see what goes on there. I must say, I'm really not liking these tunnel interviews. I feel as if they kind of get in the way of the flow of the game. Just as I'm ready to start watching the game, and we end up having to just answer questions. And it's not even just one or two. Normally it's 4 or 5 for me, but that's about my only complaint so far about this game. I'm really enjoying it so far this year. But 5 minutes in, and we have a highlight here. Partick Thistle with the ball on the left-hand side. Oh, they lose it. And Brophy wins the ball off the centre back. Can he score? Oh, the shot's cannons off of away. They didn't look like that from 2D, but yes, it cannons off of him. Well defended in the end. Buck swings a corner in. It's cleared again. Is that the end of the chance? Yes, it is. Oh, but one immediately afterwards. Yappy finds Burke. Back to Yappy, swings the ball in. Brophy, just heads over the top of the bar. An exciting start so far. We'll see if it continues. And indeed it does. Here we go. Another highlight. The most highlights I think I've ever seen in the game. Rossi wins the ball. Plays it to Watt. Don't lose the ball here. Sibbald to Power. To Waters. I must say I do enjoy the neat football we play, but then we lump it up, and that kind of works with the pace of Brophy. Swings it into Greenwood. Oh, just wide. Yeah, I've been impressed with the football we've played so far this season. Better than I expected, certainly. And an injury 18 minutes into the game. So remember that time I removed one of the centre mids from my bench? Well, it means we only have one on the bench at the moment. So there's only one person I can bring on here. Malumbu comes on for Power. He can act as a box-to-box midfielder. He's got old legs, so we'll see if that works. He's got 70 minutes to do it for. And that's us getting to half time. No more highlights. After a fairly exciting first quarter, the second part of the first half was not as exciting. If you made it this far into the video, please give us a like if you've enjoyed it so far. We've actually won. I know we've actually seen quite a lot of wins, but you saw a very good win, and hopefully we're going to see another one here, maybe with a better second half performance. And as this game is ticking by with no highlights so far here in the second half, the reason I do have this moustache is because of Movember, obviously. I've made donation to the Movember charity, and I'm doing it, to raise awareness for men's health, mental health, different testicular cancer, etc. So if you want to make a donation, that'd be great. I don't have a personal account for me, but go to the website, make a donation. It's a really good cause, especially for guys' health. But this highlight is now continuing. Partick Thistle with the ball. There's a risk that they're going to get a goal here, and it's going to be slightly worrying. Oh, that's bounced off the bar. I think we're going to have to make some changes. Burrows is going to come on the left wing, and we'll bring Kabamba on up front. We've got 15 minutes to go. Let's see what happens here. I just realised that I should have taken off Burke, because I said I was going to take him off, and I didn't. Oh well. Here we go. Into added time, and that's just thrown straight to the defender. But Malumbu gets the ball, spreads it. Yeah, Burke's not going to chase that. He has no legs left. Yappy gets the ball. Plays it to Burke. I'm amazed that Chris Burke can even move. He just kicks off a defender. Malumba's got the ball here. Spread it to the side that doesn't have Burke is going to be the ideal side to attack on. Oh, but he did move. Dicker again. Plays it for Brophy. Can he finish this time? Oh, what a... so... Being disallowed again. That's twice. That ball's been played through and twice the Brophy's been offside. Let's see this very strange angle again. Oh, that's close. Oh, come on. That's close. Oh, well. And penalty... Oh! I forgot about this rule. You can't draw a game in the Betfred Cup. It goes straight to penalties. So, when I say you can't draw, you get 3 points for a win and none for a loss, unless you draw it, in which case you both get a point, and then you play penalties, and whoever wins penalties gets another point. So if you win this, you get 2 points for the penalty win and 1 point for a penalty loss. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't quite know why this rule happens, but nonetheless, it's here. And let's see if we can get a bonus point for winning the penalty shootout. So looking at the team and their quality of penalties, it's not very high. Our top three that are already selected are Brophy, Kabamba, Burke, and then after that it drops off fairly badly. I'm just gonna put them in the order that they appear on the right hand side there, and then I assume I'll put those 5 in. I assume that if we go to sudden death, that the rest of them take over. But I mean, the rest of them are between 4 and 6. It really doesn't make a difference. But Yusuf Malumbu, for a guy who is as good a player as he is, why has he only got 5 for penalty? That's disappointing. But nonetheless, what do we do for our team? Go out there and impress me? I mean, this Alan Power, I mean, I suppose he's not playing, but little emotion. Most players, little emotion. It's good to see that, Menge's calm ahead of the penalty shootout. Seeing he's ranked the lowest of all the penalty takers, so won't have to take a penalty. But anyway, let's go to the penalties. Brophy steps up. He scored a penalty in the last game, obviously. Will he score one again? No, he won't. He's hit the post. Good start. Graham steps up. Oh, and it's hit wide. Well, this is not a good standard of penalty taking here in Scotland for anyone who hasn't watched Scottish football before. I can promise you it's slightly better than this. Kabamba slots it. There you go. That's how you take a penalty. Nicky Kabamba slots it, sends the keeper the wrong way. Aware steps up and hits it on the right hand side. I noticed that Kabamba hadn't even got back yet to where he was meant to be for the penalty. It's the same here. Look, Bart's taking a penalty and the Aware's only halfway back to his team, but nonetheless, if we've scored, I'm missing the point here. If we scored a goal there, again, another penalty with Burke. Now, Cardle steps up. Can we save this one? No, right down the middle. Good penalty. 2-2. Yappy steps up. Now, it's his second game for the team. That could be a good way to introduce himself if he does score a penalty. And he does. Well positioned in that bottom right-hand side. We're now up 3-2. Bannigan for Partick Thistle here. Left-footed strike. Right down the middle. Rogers dives for it. Now, we do take the first penalty, so if it does go to knockouts, sudden death, I prefer taking the first penalty. Dicker. Oh dear. Straight at the keeper. Well, Docherty is taking the long walk up to take a penalty. Can Rogers save this for us? No, he can't. And Partick get the bonus point for winning that game. I don't know what to say. I'm just going to send my assistant to this interview. I think we're just going to leave it there. You can see the table there. We won a game, and then we've lost a game on penalty. So Partick have got their 2 points from that penalty win. I suppose we still haven't technically lost, but it feels like a loss there on penalties. It wasn't a really good performance. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Well, maybe you didn't like that last game, but certainly if you like the first one, if you like the video as a whole, please leave a like, subscribe, and we'll like to see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. That's a sad way to end it. episode, isn't it? Really, it really is. Bye.